You can't go changing the rules.
That's Joe.
Let him speak his mind. That's when you learn about people when they're drunk. Then you realize who you're hired.
And that's Eric.
I was thinking about this earlier in the day, and I have to bring it up.
And they're two guys with two mics and one off-the-rails sports podcast.
Like, if you're older than 11 years old, unless you have body paint on or something, you're not warranted to go nuts on the jumbo
No,
seat.
of course not.
Kick back and relax, because you're in the wheelhouse.
Super Bowl. Nothing?
Oh, is that you? Is that you starting the episode?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, Super Bowl! Super Bowl! That's right, folks. Super Bowl Sunday is upon us. And welcome to In The Wheelhouse Super Bowl Special.
Super in the wheelhouse.
Super episode for the Super Bowl super episode. And you're with your hosts, Eric and Joe. We hope you're having a great day. Eric, how you doing?
I'm doing great. You know what's funny is, so one of my objectives in my career, me being in sports radio, is to work a Super Bowl. You know, be there on the ground, work Radio Row, all the bells and whistles. I want to just be in the atmosphere, but I like, you know, be on the other side of the curtain and be a part of, like, you know, the coverage and all that stuff. But not this one. I don't think I would have wanted to be on the ground for this one because it was 1 degree in Minnesota today.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I wouldn't want to be there either.
So I have people people that are there that I work with, and I've been talking to them, and they're like, dude, we don't leave. We don't leave the hotel. I mean, when we leave the hotel, it's like a mad dash to Uber, and the Radio Row is in Mall of America, right? Set up in the food court in Minneapolis. And they're like, dude, we just don't leave. It's too cold. We stay inside the entire time. And I'm like, well, that just kind of takes away from the fun of it. Like, I want to be at a Super Bowl. I want to go get free stuff, free swag bags or something. But, like, I don't know how you can function in negative degree weather.
Well, not only that, but doesn't Minnesota have, like, those, like the hamster tunnels going from, like, building to building so people don't have to go outside?
It wouldn't surprise me.
I think they do. They literally have, like, tunnels or, like, hamster holes that go, like, underground that go from building to building so people don't have to step foot outside in the negative degree weather.
Yeah, it's just too cold, man. I can't live in freezing weather.
Yeah, we are definitely spoiled living in Southern California. It's
Definitely.
We complain about 50-degree weather, and we complain about water on the ground, and God forbid it snowed because
if it drops below 70, man, I'm bundled up like it's the end of the world.
We would
for sure.
We would literally have like no idea what we were doing if it snowed like on the beach in like Southern California. We would go nuts.
Yeah, it would be the end of LA because riots would happen.
Yep.
And car crashes would happen. Freeways would shut down for sure. But anybody toughen it out in Minnesota. Good on you. Stay warm. Drink some hot cocoa. Drink a few adult beverages. Warm yourself from the inside because you have a lot more cojones than me and Joe have. That is for damn sure.
Yeah, I would prefer to never go to Minnesota ever.
At least not in the winter. That's for sure.
It can't be much warmer in the summer.
Yeah, true. If it gets this cold, their maxes probably aren't that warm. But all right, let's get into the football, Joe. Super Bowl 52 or LII for those that like numeral. Would you rather, like, what do you think? Do you like typing out Super Bowl 52 or Super Bowl LI? Do you like the Roman numeral aspect to them?
All right, now do I have to type out FIFTY?
No. I'm talking Super Bowl 52 or Super Bowl LII. What are you a fan of?
You know, I kind of like the Roman numerals just because it makes it seem like a big deal. It makes it seem prestige. It makes it seem like you're going to battle at the Coliseum, in the Roman Coliseum, not the downtown LA Coliseum. The United Airlines.
Ugh. That's just Oh, God.
United Airlines Los Angeles Coliseum.
Awful. I like the Roman numerals associated with it, as long as I can look at it and distinguish immediately what it is. Quick ones, X's, XX. But as soon as it gets to the 5s and the 9s, where you got to do if it's a 1 before the V, it's a minus, and it's I look back and it's actually for the previous matchup between the New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl XXXIX.
XXXIX, so 39.
Yeah, so that one's one of the little easier ones, but it's just if I have to think about it, I don't want it. What if that's just stupid long?
ILIV.
Would that be 49, 59?
It'd be 44. No, isn't V 5?
Yeah, V's 5.
And L is 50.
Okay, well, I don't think it works like that. I think they would still just put the 4 X's, right? For the 40s?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how Roman numerals work either, man.
I like sports, man. I don't like Roman numerals.
Yeah, okay, so...
Let's stop talking about this. Let's talk about Super Bowl. What are we doing?
We're how many minutes in? We've talked weather and Roman numerals. 5.5 minutes in, and we're finally getting to the actual topic of this episode. So, yeah.
So, big news.
Patriots.
Yeah, big news about Super Bowl that I just found out right now that you just advised me of is Gronk is playing. Huge news for the New England Patriots. They get their number one weapon back. That is huge. I mean, I didn't see the Patriots losing the Eagles without Gronk, but now it's kind of set in stone in my eyes, kind of.
Yeah, he got cleared. He cleared concussion protocol today, and he's going to be out there in all his glory. His big robot arm will be out there lining up tight end for the New England Patriots, and Tom Brady will have his number one wide receiver, or his receiver, not wide receiver. But yeah, like you said, they were going to win. I feel like we'll get to our picks later. Our picks are coming, and I by the end of this episode, I'm going to have to decide whether or not I'm going to pick with my heart or my brain, because the Patriots were going to win either way, right?
Right.
I mean, This is I pulled some numbers today at work for one of the shows I was working on, and since 2010, Joe, when Gronk came into the league, he's missed 26 of the 128 games played in the regular season.
And what's their record while he's gone?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't think that much, man. That's too
Come
much.
on.
Well, it's the Patriots since 2010. It's not like they were losing many games.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's
I like
true.
it. And then so in even a smaller sample size, he's missed 6 of their 18 playoff games that he's played in, or that the Patriots have had since he came. So 33% of the games, and they've won how many Super Bowls since then? So it's like he's a factor, a huge factor, but the Patriots find ways to win without him on the field. It didn't matter if he was going to play this weekend. It's only going to matter if it's just going to push them over the top, I feel.
Yeah, that's the thing with the Patriots that I find very not necessarily interesting, but that really kind of sets in stone my belief that Tom Brady is the best quarterback of all time and that Bill Belichick is the best coach of all time, is because no matter who they have on the field, whether they have Gronk or they don't, whether they have Amendola or if they don't, whether they have who's the Edelman, if they have Edelman on the field or not.
Yeah, Edelman was injured in the preseason, and they're still killing it.
Yeah, and it seems like they have a new running back every single year. It's like no matter who the Patriots have, they always find themselves in the Super Bowl. And it's hard for anybody, in my eyes, how can anybody argue against the fact that Bill Belichick is the best and Tom Brady's the best? Especially after seeing Tom Brady comeback win after comeback win after comeback win, continuing to find himself in the big game, continue to have that last minute drive. It's kind of like a storybook where the good guy always seems to win, but no one likes Tom Brady. So would you call him the good guy? Type of thing.
Yeah, no, they've figured out this whole system of just insert next man up, insert seasoned veteran or somebody they could pick up off the free agency, and they'll fit right in and they won't miss a step. Like Deion Lewis is on the back end of his career and he's killing it. Mike Gillislee, James White. James White is, James White to many isn't a premier running back, but he's a huge player in all of their playoff games. You look at all these the wide receiver corps filled with these little white guys that on any other team would probably get eaten alive, but they're just so good at they know what they need to do, and Belichick just squeezes out every drop of production out of his entire lineup from top to bottom.
Yeah, he absolutely does. And you look at the players, the core players that they've had over the years. You look at, there's maybe 3 core players that they've had that have consistently been there, and it's Brady, it's Gronk, and it's Edelman. And even Gronk has, like you said, he's missed a good chunk of playoff games. Edelman has missed all of this season. You're exactly right when you say it's kind of the next man up mentality. And they continue to dominate the league. They continue to dominate the playoffs. And what they've won with Brady, they've won 5 out of 7 playoff or Super Bowl appearances. 5 out of 7. Yep. And going for his 6th, it's the definition of dynasty. The definition.
So, on the flip side of this coin, the Philadelphia Eagles kind of took as cement and Patriot-esque of a route the Patriots took. The Eagles took, I want to say almost, you look at the Eagles and you think, well, okay, yeah, the Eagles got there this way. I could totally see that. They open up the season, I think it was 8-1, Carson Wentz killing it. He goes down to injury. Nick Foles comes in, and, the Eagles, they don't even really limp. They beat a good Falcons team.
Yeah.
They beat...
they destroyed the best defense in the league to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and then they beat, it's just they're on this roller coaster of a ride, which you could only think of as a Philadelphia Eagles trip to the playoffs that culminates with Nick Foles under center in Super Bowl 52 against Tom Brady.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild in my eyes because Nick Foles, he's been the journeyman of the league over the last half a decade, He's been on, 5 different teams, something like that, I believe, and really hasn't been given an opportunity to win, meaning that he never really had a team surrounding him that he could win with. And now that he has the Eagles, a really good, solid team, good wide receiving core, good running backs, good defense, Nick Foles is kind of not the staple in that team. I mean, you look at Carson Wentz's numbers compared to Nick Foles' numbers. I mean, Carson Wentz was great. He had the Eagles at what when he went down? Something like, I want to say they were like 12-12 when he went, or 12-2 when he went down, something like that. But you look at his numbers, and they weren't superstar numbers. They were okay, but they weren't great. It just kind of shows you how good the Eagles actually are, that you could slot in a mediocre receiver or mediocre quarterback, like Nick Foles, and they could still go out there and dominate, for instance, the number 1 defense in the league like they did in Minnesota.
Yeah, number 1 defense in the league. He put up 352 passing yards, 3 TDs. They blew him out, 38-7. Sure, they're on their home field. There might be some kind of underlying factors. Their home field advantage, Minnesota coming off of that crazy finish against the Saints, all that stuff. Maybe they peaked a little early there, and how do you rebound from a moment like that? But yeah, the Foles has the weapons, which is one of those things where it's like going in this week. I'm right there with you. Seems scripted almost. Every year it comes these last week of January into February, we're talking about the Patriots, it seems. And it's the same script. It's Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. How can somebody beat them? And they can't often. But then I'm looking at the Eagles, and I'm looking at what they've done. I'm looking at their weapons, Alshon Jeffrey, Jay Ajayi, LeGarrette Blount, who's won with the Patriots before. Their weapons are there.
Yeah,
and Doug Peterson is an offensive-minded coach, and he's kind of tapped into this kind of old Chip Kelly when Nick Foles was there, and he had that breakout season. And there's just this underlying thing where I'm like, can the Eagles do it, dude? Like, am I putting too much faith in the Patriots? Because the Patriots had some lulls this year. They had a couple narrow escapes. a couple overturned plays. They lost the opening game against the Chiefs. So it's like, are we putting too much faith in the Patriots? Which sounds crazy. Like, can you really put too much faith in the Patriots? Or are we just not? Are people just really undercutting Philly?
I think it comes down to one thing, and it comes down to if the team the Patriots play can run the ball efficiently. You look at every game that the Patriots have lost, or if they come close to losing, and they were run all over. You look at when they lost in Week 1 to Kansas City. Kareem Hunt ran all over New England. You look at the
Dolphins game. Kenyon Drake killed them.
Right. You look at the AFC Championship. They barely squeaked out, and the person that had them in that game, Blake Bortles had a great game, but Leonard Fournette was killer in that game. He had one of the best games of the year. In order to beat the Patriots, Jay Ajayi and Blunt and that offensive line are going to have to establish that run game. And if they can establish that run game, they'll have a shot. They will have a shot. But New England's defense isn't just some rollover defense. They've actually had one of the better defenses in the second half of the season. So,
yeah, because their first couple games were awful. They were getting hung up
right
all every day, like 400 plus yards. Like their defense was historically bad, and everybody started questioning Patricia and like, what's wrong? Is there something not going right? And then it was like, I want to say maybe week 5, it was like a flip of the switch is the phrase I'm trying to say.
Yep.
And it was like night and day, and now they're locked down. And okay, real quick, just jumping back to the AFC Championship game, that play where Stephon Gilmore timed the jump when it was Blake Bortles tossing it down to I forget, maybe it's Marquise Lee, I'm not sure.
I think was it Marquise
Lee? It was the rookie. Keelan Cole.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Stephon Gilmore, perfectly timed jump, full extension, swats the ball basically out of the receiver's hands, and I'm just like, ex-Buffalo Bill. Ex-Buffalo Bill, Stephon Gilmore.
Honestly, as soon as that play happened, I knew Patriots were going to win the game. I knew it.
When it comes to the Patriots, they're not out. I mean, it's been brought up all week. Just this, how many times this has happened. Like last year, they were down 23. They were down against the Steelers late in this season. They were down against the Jaguars in the AFC Championship game.
Right.
And they're legitimately not out until the clock hits 0-0-0-0.
Yeah,
teams don't take the teams, in order for them to beat the Patriots, they cannot take their foot off of the throat. They have to dig their feet through their throat and kill this team.
Right. They literally have to be at 100 miles per hour from the coin flip to the final whistle of the refs. They literally have to be, because the Patriots are notorious for somehow coming back in the second half down 20 and winning the game. Being down 10 with 2 minutes to go and winning the game. Being down a touchdown with 15 seconds left in the game, the ball on the 20, and they'll win the game. That's...
Any lapse of judgment or speed, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick will jump on the opportunity and somehow flip the game.
Absolutely.
Their in-game corrections and managements are just second to none. It's ridiculous. That's why when you look at this and it's like it's all coming back full circle. We spent 20 minutes of this show so far, and somehow we started talking about the Eagles, and we found our way talking back about the Patriots again. It's like there's just so much that points Patriots, but just I feel like in there, man, it's just I feel like the Eagles can do this. I think
the one thing that's keeping our minds in can the Eagles do this is because the last 2 games we put the Eagles in the trash. We said that they were going to get stomped on by Atlanta. We said Atlanta was going to walk all over them.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're like, okay, maybe it was a fluke. Maybe Nick Foles had some magic going. They go home and play Minnesota, and we said the same thing. Minnesota, best D in the league, Case Keenum and Stephon Diggs coming off that win against the Saints. Minnesota's got the momentum. Minnesota's going to stomp them, going to run all over the Eagles. Didn't happen then either. So it's kind of making us open our eyes a little bit to this Eagles team. But now they're going up against the Patriots and Bill Belichick and Tom Brady and Gronkowski. This is a different monster. This is a completely different monster.
It really is. And, they've really bought the Eagles themselves have bought into this underdog because, Vegas picked them as underdogs. They've had they were given points in Vegas, and they're bought into it. It's like home games, and you're saying that we're the underdog coming into these games. It's really crazy, and they've really bought into it. And it's going to have to be one of those underdog Cinderella stories for the Patriots to drop this game and for, Brady to not win to jump onto his other hand with another Super Bowl ring.
Right, and I don't think the whole underdog momentum mentality affects the Patriots like it can other teams. You know what I mean? I think the Patriots are so cold-blooded, so stone-faced, and so focused on the prize that whatever the other team does to prepare themselves, the Patriots don't care because they're focused on their game plan.
If there's one team in the NFL that doesn't buy into any kind of bulletin board material or watch what's being written, or it's the New England Patriots. Even in the midst of this whole tension between Brady, Kraft, and Belichick time, they're still winning, they're still performing, and they know how to work the media, dude. They are the perfect. Oh God, this hurts me to say. They're like the perfect little football baby.
No, it's
insane.
And this whole drama between ownership and Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, this isn't the first little hiccup in their dynasty. You had Deflategate, you had Spygate, you had Aaron Hernandez. There's been turmoil after turmoil after turmoil with the Patriots throughout the years, and they still continue to find themselves on top of Mount Everest, holding that Super Bowl trophy. That's shows me perseverance. That shows me drive. And again, and I hate saying this so much, but it just proves that Tom Brady is the best of all time. He's the best.
And I'm right there with you, dude. It hurts me to say this because my Buffalo Bills have served as a personal doormat to the Patriots for so very long. But you get to this point where you just have to accept these guys have got this figured out, and there's nobody that can do it as well as them.
Right, and
you just have to at some point you have to accept the greatness and enjoy what you're watching.
Right.
And just don't sit there and be angry all the time, and just accept that we're watching probably the best to ever do it right now.
Right, and now over the last 2 seasons, when I see me and you, we come from the same road. We both are Tom Brady haters, You because he plays the Buffalo Bills twice a season and just uses them as a doormat.
I think his record against us is 30-something-2. It's ridiculous. It's kind of crazy.
That's
honestly,
impressive.
How many times he's beaten us.
Oh, speaking of records like that and funny facts, I heard a cool fact today. Wes Welker, he played with Tom Brady for 6 seasons. He played with Peyton Manning on the Broncos for 2 seasons and doesn't have a Super Bowl ring.
He wasn't on the 20... Really?
Right?
He probably just missed it, right?
Yep.
When he jumped over to Denver, and then the Patriots won, and then he was concussed and not playing when the Broncos won?
Yep.
I just remember Wes Welker looking like he wore a helmet that was 6 sizes too big for him. Didn't really work because he had a concussion problem. So,
but anyways, back to what we were talking about. I feel the only way this dynasty ends is 1, Tom Brady retires, or 2, Tom Brady and Tom Belichick or Bill Belichick somehow split, and that's if Bill Belichick maybe go to the New York Giants. But as long as Bill Belichick and Tom Brady have each other, it's kind of a match made in football heaven.
And football hell for so many people.
Yeah, right.
Football heaven and football hell at the exact same time. You know what? Okay, so before we get to our next couple of things, I've thought about this so much throughout the week. Think about the salt in the wound for Minnesota, man.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Right there with you.
Your team,
they lose the championship game, the NFC championship game, and then you get to see the team that beat you playing in your home stadium for the Super Bowl. Like,
there was legitimately I don't know about 24 hours, but under 48 hours after the Vikings were not eliminated, but kicked to the curb by the Philadelphia Eagles. There was pictures out of the grounds crew, which are all probably Minnesota Vikings fans.
Right.
Painting Philadelphia and the Eagles logo in an end zone in their home stadium, dude.
They were probably painting that while the game was going on.
They're like, okay, guys, get out the green paint. Get out the green paint. I want to know, dude. I wish I could have been. I don't want to be in Minnesota because it's sub-zero temperatures, but I would have loved to just be in a couple bars and just sit around and just watch. Like, oh, there's an Eagles hat. Oh, there's a Vikings hat. Oh, they're both drinking. 20 minutes, man. This could get real good. 20 minutes. This could get nasty.
Yeah, right? That's how it's going to be in Minnesota come Super Bowl. There's going to be a bar. There's going to be an Eagles fan from Philadelphia. There's going to be a Patriots fan from Boston drinking. And those two fan bases are notorious for brawling.
They're going to leave the nice, quaint town of Minneapolis, Minnesota, a drunken mess, and just leave. It's going to be like
it's going to be a true town of Vikings.
They're gonna in the words of Vikings everywhere, they're going to rape and pillage Minnesota and just leave it a dumpster on the way out.
They totally are. All right, Eric, before we jump to our next little segment, what are the key factors for each team to win the Super Bowl? I already said that the key factor for the Eagles is to establish their run game, and they have an opportunity. For me, the key factor for the Patriots is do what you do as a team and get a few stops on the defensive side.
My keys to the game for the Philadelphia Eagles to win the Super Bowl would to be take a bat to Tom Brady's knees before the game. Tanya Harding his ass now. It does involve hurting Tom Brady, but not hurting him. But they got to get to him, dude. Like, they can't let him step into his throws. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, he had some rough moments in Jacksonville because they're mean. Like, they got to get to him and just hit him often and as hard. Like, I don't even know if I would be against like an unnecessary roughness.
Like at the
penalty early in the game,
like at the beginning of the game, yeah.
Like if I'm like a seasoned vet, or maybe I don't know, dude. Like, I might not even be against I'm not saying helmet to helmet hurt him, but okay, you probably should have peeled off. No, take him to the ground.
Right.
Like, send a message, get him, rattle him. God, is Tom Brady ratable?
What did you just say?
Rattle. Is there another way to say rat?
Shakeable?
Is he shakeable? There we go. Shakeable. I guess that is the same kind of gesture. Is Tom Brady shakeable? I don't know, but you need to try and find out.
Right. And agreed that it has to happen earlier in the game so it really doesn't affect the game down the line. Mm-hmm. Do it in the first quarter
series.
Period.
Series. A first quarter penalty. I mean, although Tom Brady and Bill Belichick might find a way to make this the most pivotal play of the game, but yeah, an unnecessary roughness, first quarter, first drive, send a message. Say, hey, dude, we're coming for you all night. While you're on top of him, whisper in his ear, hey, Tommy. Hey, Tommy, we're coming for you. Something, dude. Like, just get the message across that it's not going to be an easy game for you.
Right.
It's not going to be as easy as the Tennessee Titans game.
So
which was a layup for the Patriots.
So what's the key factor for the Patriots then? Just keep doing what they're doing.
To be the Patriots, I don't know, man. Bill Belichick knows. He knows right now. Did you see Bill Belichick at the Timberwolves game tonight?
I did
in Minnesota. He was at the Minnesota Timberwolves Milwaukee Bucks game. So the internet went crazy. oh, this is so unlike Bill. Like, the game's in 2 days. I'm like, because Bill's been here how many times, man? He doesn't need to be in the hotel room on Thursday night.
Yeah, he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, this is so un-Bill. This is so un-Belichickian. I hate that, by the way, when somebody turns a name into like an
adjective.
Like so un-Belichickian. Oh, well, like, no, dude, that's not a thing. But why are we freaking out? He went to a basketball game, sitting courtside, by the way.
Yeah.
Think he paid for those tickets?
No, absolutely not.
But yeah, like, it's like people are freaking out about it. I'm just like, dude, this is what, Super Bowl 10 for him?
Right.
Something
I think
like
so.
That? Like,
10? No. Was he with the Patriots when Bledsoe was there too?
Yeah, I want to say.
So Bledsoe went to the Super Bowl against the Packers, and then they went to the Super Bowl against the Rams. So yeah, number 10.
So it's like, do you really think Belichick is stressing about sitting in his hotel? Oh, gotta read the playbook on Nick Foles one more time on Thursday night. Like, okay, maybe if it was Saturday night, maybe it was Friday night. It's Thursday night, man.
Yeah. So that means Bill Belichick is going for his 7th ring then.
10. So he's been to 7 as a head coach.
Actually, Eric, I think Belichick is going for his 6th Super Bowl title right now. I think he's only won Super Bowls and been to Super Bowls with Tom Brady. I believe that's the correct stat.
Yeah, because was it 01 or 03 when Brady came in for Bledsoe?
I think it was 01.
So yeah, so right at the beginning, because he started winning in 01 in Super Bowl XXXVI.
Yeah, I think that was against the Rams.
The greatest show on turf. Yeah, that's right, because he came in, he was basically a game manager at the time. And he tossed for like 100-something yards, like 1 touchdown.
And the Rams were super favored in that Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
the greatest show on turf.
I think it was Gronkowski hit the game-winning field goal in that game too. I think
he beat Kurt Warner that year.
Yeah.
Kurt Warner. So yeah, so Belichick's won in 01, 03, 2004, 2014, 2016.
Going for his 6th.
Going for number 6 in 2017.
Wow.
And to put the nail in the coffin of the best ever. I mean, here, when are we doing guest headline? At the end, right?
Yeah.
So we got a little segment coming up, which is gonna play perfectly into what we're talking about now, where we guess the headline after who we think, or for each team, depending on if they win. So there's got to be some Belichick talk in some of our headlines, for sure.
So you are listening to In The Wheelhouse podcast with Joe and Eric, with our Super Bowl special super episode.
Super Bowl.
So Eric, one of the best and fun things about Super Bowl is the prop bets. Now, I know you love them, and I know you love to dig into them and find some of the greatest ones. What are some of the best prop bets that you've seen so far for the Super Bowl?
So this is a hot topic one that we've talked about on my job for the last couple days. There's a prop bet on whether or not Pink will show cleavage during her national anthem performance. And so what's the first question that comes to mind? How do you distinguish if it's cleavage or not? There has to be full separation of the boobs in her national anthem attire. I'm not joking, dude. You can bet on this in Vegas. This is not.
Did you put money on it?
No, I didn't. I try to stick away from. I fell into a dark hole once when I learned about this offshore betting place called Bovada. So I kind of fell in a dark hole and lost a little bit of money. So I don't do that anymore unless I'm in Vegas. Did I say that on Bovada, Schmoshmada? No, I don't bet on sports outside of Vegas. It's illegal, man. Come on.
All right. So what other prop bets do you have besides?
Oh, okay. Hold on. Wait.
Sorry. Jumping ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. So will there be cleavage for Pink during national anthem, Joe?
I don't know.
I'm going.
Again,
no.
Again, what? How do you establish that? What's
full separation of the boobs? That's what Vegas is. Vegas is.
What does that even mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, does that mean it has to come down like this?
Yeah.
Then no.
Yeah.
Then no. It's going to be something like right here. There.
I'm going no because I feel like for the national anthem on these games, they try to be a little more classy.
Right, for sure. Well,
if it was halftime,
if it's Janet Jackson, it's not very classy.
See, different halftime, not national anthem. Halftime, let it all fly in more ways than one, if you know what I mean.
That's true.
Okay, so length of the national anthem, Joe.
Oh yeah, that's always a good one.
Over under 2 minutes.
And who's singing the national anthem?
Pink.
Pink is singing it.
Pink. We just talked about her cleavage.
We did. Over under 2 minutes?
Over under 2 minutes.
I'm going under.
I'm going over.
And why is that?
Because I feel like the national anthem is time for her to flex on people.
Yeah.
And so I think she's gonna hold out some of those notes.
That makes total sense. D says it's over too. And she's a huge Pinks fan. And she says
ask her cleavage or no cleavage.
So one of the prop bets that's out there is during the national anthem, is Pink going to be rocking cleavage or not? D says no. And what determines cleavage is full separation of her boobs. That's the exact reaction that I had. What does that mean? And I'm assuming that means you have to wear a dress that comes down like
one
this.
of those. Yeah, one of the
like a Jennifer
bearing
Lopez
bearing the chest kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree with D. D says no because she's going to wear something that goes like right here across like this.
Okay.
And D says over 2 minutes.
Over 2. We'll throw D on here. D over. All right. How many times will Gisele Bündchen be shown during the TV broadcast?
That's Tom Brady's wife.
Tom
right?
Brady's wife. Over under 1.5.
Is this a real bet or are you throwing a number out there?
This is real.
That definitely more than 1.5.
Over.
Way
yeah,
over. I'm going
over.
I'm going like 7.
Yeah, especially if the Patriots are winning, they got to show reactionary kind of stuff all the time, right?
Yep.
That's easy money. If I lived in Vegas, dude, I'd be making so much cash.
Let's get D's answer. How many times is Gisele shown on TV? Over under 1.5. Over. D says over. She says 8.
Definitely. Oh, 8. Okay.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's all reactionary, and especially if it comes down to the end when Tom Brady is like driving for a game winner. She's gonna be. They're definitely gonna be showing her
reactionary
like,
shots. There's gonna be tons of them.
Like her like nervousness.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Will anyone besides Tom Brady or Nick Foles take a snap in the game?
Yeah,
so like a direct snap kind of thing. Yes?
Wildcat, and I'm saying I'm saying it's gonna be Brandon Cooks.
You think Brandon Cooks like a little sweep kind of thing?
A little wildcat, yeah, for sure.
All right, this is one of my favorite ones. I'm gonna say yes also, and I'm gonna say it's gonna happen for Philly. Don't know who, but I feel like Philly's gonna throw a trick play at one time.
Well, think about. So is the prop bet? Is there gonna be a trick play?
No. Well, no, that's the handoff one. That's the handoff one.
Oh, okay.
One of my favorite ones. Ready? What color will there's answers. What color will the liquid be that's poured on the coach as the celebration, the Gatorade bath?
So this is a bet that me and my buddy Jeff bet on every single year.
So the colors lime, the lime green yellow.
Well, we didn't
orange.
So
you just pick a color?
Yeah, exactly. You just pick a color, and this is my science behind it. Most of the time, the Gatorade is the same color as the team's predominant color. So if it's the Patriots, I'm going blue. And if it's the Eagles, I'm going lemon lime, which is that green color.
Dark horse in this that you can put money on. Minnesota purple 10-1.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the biggest odds?
Yeah, 10-1 Minnesota purple.
Wow. I don't think that's going to happen. That's not going to happen.
No, man. I feel like, if you're working there, you just kind of leave one to the side and, hey, here you go, guys. Hand it off. That way you get your Purple Rain, your Prince reference.
Yeah, I don't think that happens, dude. I mean, that's kind of rubbing it in the face of Minnesota even more.
Okay. Over under 48.5 for the game.
Over under 8.5.
48.5.
Oh, 48.5. Okay.
Total.
Ooh. Yeah. Over.
I'm going over too.
I don't think it's going to be a very defensive focused game. I think it's going to be a shootout.
I don't know about shootout, but my score that I have picked, it's
don't
close.
say it. Yeah, don't say it.
I know. It's close. It's very close to the over under.
All right.
Last one. Longest TD. 43.5 over under. I'm gonna go
43.5.
43. That's a long touchdown.
Does that include? Oh, this is a touchdown play or
longest TD scored.
Oh,
over under
longest
43.5.
TD. No, under.
Under?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over. I think there's gonna be a big chunk play.
Do any type of touchdowns count? So even if it's like a pick six?
Yeah.
No.
Does any? I don't care. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Not gonna happen. It's time. I think
it is time.
It's time. Put your balls on the table. Give a score. And we're gonna do guess the headlines.
Yeah, guess the headlines first, man.
Okay, so now we got the prop bets out of the way. Let's do guess the headline, Joe. Let's rattle off. We'll do 2 for each team each. Okay,
2 for each team, or one for each.
2 for each team, so 4 total.
Okay,
so we'll do 2 headlines for the Patriots if the Patriots win, and 2 headlines for if they don't have to be, just in general. So 2 headlines for if the Patriots win, 2 headlines for if the Eagles lose or win.
Okay.
I butchered that intro, but okay. Here we go. I'll go first with my first Patriots headline. Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen announce they're pregnant with child on the podium after the game.
That's your headline?
Yes.
That's your headline.
No, that's not my headline. Tom Brady announces he will retire.
Wow. That's a shot in the dark.
I mean, I feel like this is just throwing it against the wall and seeing if it sticks.
You think that Tom Brady's going to retire right after the owner trades away Jimmy Garoppolo?
I think. Here's the thing.
There's no way.
I don't really think this is has a great chance of happening.
Kraft wouldn't have traded Jimmy Garoppolo if he thought there's any indication at all that Tom Brady was done.
So Tom Brady has said he's not done. So I believe Tom Brady. But at what other point, Tom Brady's a winner.
Yeah.
If he thinks he's not capable anymore, because he's had lulls this year.
What do you mean not capable? He's in the Super Bowl.
I know, but I'm just saying the game's changing. He strikes me as the kind of guy, I'm going out on top, got 6, best ever.
Are you seriously trying to say?
No, I'm not seriously trying to say Tom Brady's going to retire, but I'm saying
no. But you're literally saying that Tom Brady is declining when he just went 13-3 and is in the Super Bowl. Dude, think about what you're saying right now.
No, yeah, dude, look at he's not statistically, he's not where he has been. Here's the thing.
I understand, but if you're
not declining, that's still declining.
Okay, he's declining, but his performance is still
to Tom Brady
standards.
To Tom Brady standards.
If he's getting to Super Bowls, yes.
What's your first headline, Joe?
My first headline. Eagles triumph and break up the 3-headed monster in New England.
So you're thinking they win. Robert Kraft announces Bill Belichick says he's leaving to go
to the Giants,
coach somewhere else. Tom Brady has become a hermit crab and cannot deal with losing to the Philadelphia Eagles.
And it retires.
Yeah, and retires. See, man, it's going to happen. My second headline. Eagles are victorious already have Nick Foles' statue in Philly?
Can you imagine if that happened?
Eagles victorious, replace Rocky statue with Nick Foles.
That would be hilarious. Oh my god! All right,
and it's in the Rocky pose.
All right. My second headline for the Super Bowl: Jake Elliott becomes Philadelphia legend with game-winning field goal.
I'm trying to think of how far Jake Elliott, if they are down 1 point, down 2 points, and they're on, because Jake Elliott has a leg. He's kicked, I want to say he nailed a 57-yarder this year.
Farther than that, I want to say he had like a 61-yarder or
yeah.
something.
So I want to know at what part of the field does Peterson say, no, that's too far? If it's like 5 seconds left in the game and they're down by 1 or 2 points, field goal could win it. It's like, this is a 70-yarder. Do you give Jake Elliott a shot?
No, 70 yards, you go for the Hail Mary. I think 60 yards, you go for the field goal. And it's in that range where it starts becoming a tough decision.
And then it's like, this is, okay, so no matter what.
I think the max you go is like 65.
65?
Yeah. Because that's a
and
boot,
then if
dude.
I'm Jake Elliott, I'm on the sideline. Just look, I'm like, they're never standing right next. Whenever a field goal is possible, they're off doing their thing with their stupid kicking net, and you got the guy, their little tripod, whatever. If I'm Jake Elliott, I'm like 15 yards down the sideline with my head popped out in front of the crowd, just like, hey coach, I'm here. Hey coach, I'm here. Just my head, just, hey man, just peeking around a lineman. Hey dude, I'm ready. 72 yards, I could do it.
It'd be crazy to see that, though. All
okay,
right, what's
real quick? Hold on.
Yeah.
So Paul George hit that shot to tie the game, and Jokic hit a game-winning 3 with 1.4 seconds left.
No way.
Yeah, just 1 point. Where he made it with 1.4 seconds to tie the game, and Jokic fucking 3 to win it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You think Paul George's coming to L.A.?
No. Oh, it was nasty. Wow, over Russ. Oh, it wasn't Russ. It wasn't Jokic. Who is that? Jamal Murray? No, I can't tell that is. Whatever. No, I don't think so. I think he's going to stay in OKC.
I think he's definitely staying in OKC after Russ kind of backed him up. Or, after Russ backed him up.
And things are clicking,
Carmelo's actually playing halfway decent.
Yeah, he think that they've kind of figured it out. But, okay, let's go.
So what's your last headline for this Super Bowl, Eric?
My last headline, this one, So I know for this one's not even, this isn't even a guess. If the Philadelphia Eagles win the Super Bowl, there will be countless newspaper articles, headlines. There will be countless blog headlines. There will be countless every outlet somewhere will have that headline Philly somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Guarantee it. Philly, and if I was Bud Light, I would sue the hell out of everybody who used it.
Yeah, right.
But then again, it's all free advertising that they don't have to worry about. So
that's true. All right, my last headline for this Super Bowl is Tom Brady seals it. Or hold on, let me phrase this better. Tom Brady nails the coffin on being the best quarterback ever and wins his sixth Super Bowl title. That's a long headline, but yeah.
You got a couple lines on that one.
Paragraph headline.
Tom Brady announces retirement. Short and sweet, man. Come on.
All right. One last thing to do before we wrap up this episode. One last thing.
Now is the time to put your balls on the table.
Now is the time. Eric Roberts, Super Bowl 52. New England Patriots versus Philadelphia Eagles. Who wins the game And what is the final score? And who is the MVP?
I've gone with my heart in this situation. After pumping up the Patriots for 55 or so minutes now, I'm going to pick the Philadelphia Eagles 26-23 over the New England Patriots.
And who is the MVP?
Jay Ajayi.
Jay Ajayi. So you're going. So you're going with me. They have to establish that run game.
Jay Ajayi played for the Dolphins. He's familiar with the Patriots. And I was originally going to pick LeGarrette Blount, but I feel like Jay Ajayi has that. It's obvious their roles. LeGarrette Blount's the punch-in guy, but I think Jay Ajayi is going to have a big game.
Okay.
And they're going to need it, obviously.
All right. Well, mine is. I can't go against Tom Brady and Belichick as much as I want to. So I'm going Patriots win the game. Score is 31-27. And the GOAT is the MVP. Tom Brady.
GOAT, of course. Even if he doesn't deserve it, they find a way to give it to him.
Yep.
It's like Sidney Crosby in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Even if he doesn't deserve it, they find a reason.
Yep. And that's how the NFL works.
Gosh, dude. I don't know if I'd be more... So here's another thing to think about. Is what would you be more excited about to hear on... Okay, so obviously this is going to shape sports talk, everything for the next couple months. Would you be rather hear a month of Tom Brady wins number 6 and he's obviously... Or is he the best sports athlete of all time against the greats, MJ, Floyd Mayweather, all these random athletes, that comparison for the next month or so? Or would you rather hear, did Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles put an end to the dynasty? Are they considered a dynasty because
all right, so
Foles and the Eagles
I know where you're going with this.
Pooped on the parade? What would you rather hear?
So if this is 30 years down the line and I'm 60 years old, I would much rather hear about Tom Brady's 6th Super Bowl because I want to be able to be like, yeah, I lived and I was there and watched Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback ever, play throughout his career. Because I think if he goes 5-3 in Super Bowls, I think that kind of puts a dent in his armor as the best quarterback of all time. I mean, if you're the best quarterback of all time, why did you lose 3 Super Bowls?
Yeah, then the debate comes up,
Exactly.
MJ never lost, blah blah blah. blah
right, that's why LeBron will never be better than MJ because MJ went 6-0 in finals, and LeBron is what 3-3.
Yeah, and that's what it's gonna be. Is depending on this outcome, will totally shape that argument for the rest of time. Honestly,
absolutely. So I would much rather say, again, 30 years down the line, I would much rather be able to say Tom Brady won 6 and I watched the greatest quarterback of all time instead of nobody will remember Nick Foles' Super Bowl 30 years down the road.
Oh, dude, I will remember it.
Yeah, but no one else will.
I will remember it. I will, because I gave you the I've grounded myself in this Tom Brady talk, but I still love watching Tom Brady lose, man. I would love to watch Nick Foles. I would love to watch Nick Foles fly out of the sky like an eagle and pluck a championship ring off of Tom Brady's finger.
All right, I'm gonna revise my answer on this. I would like to see Tom Brady win only if it's another one of his comeback wins like he did in the AFC Championship and like he did last Super Bowl. That's the only way I want to see him win.
I don't know if I could do that. I tell you, I'm working at Fox. I'm doing their Super Bowl shows.
Oh, is that good?
That's good. It'll be fun. I have a little less drinking, but
lot of less.
Actually 0 now. So last year, dude, I was watching the game at my apartment. Had some people over, a little party, and I was at the point where the Patriots are down 28-3. Man, I was drinking. I'm like, this game's over. Blah 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 blah. And then they're in it, and I'm like, oh, I need to slow down. I need to kind of remember how this happens.
Yeah.
Well, at least hopefully it's a good game. I don't want a blowout either.
I don't want to blow it either. I want a good game.
I need something to be. I need a one, like maybe 10-point differential either way in the fourth quarter, just for it to be enticing and watchable.
I don't even care who wins. I just want my squares to hit.
I
just want my squares to hit.
See, I can't do squares either, man. I get too mad with sports betting. I get way too mad.
But squares are fun though.
Yeah, they are.
It gives you a reason to stay focused on the game.
You know what else does that?
And it is
sports betting.
And it's fun to think of scenarios of how it could happen. 2 touchdowns and a field goal. That's all I need. 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
Give me a safety. Give me a safety.
Yeah.
Give me a safety.
Yeah, those are.
Another crazy stat. This would have been such a good stat to drop early in the thing. You know, the Patriots have never scored in the first quarter.
They never have.
Bill Belichick and Tom Brady in the Super
Never
Bowl.
have.
What a nugget in the very last 2 minutes of this show. What a nugget. If you stuck around, thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's our super episode of the Super Bowl Super In The Wheelhouse podcast with Super Eric and Joe. We hope you have a super weekend.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Eric hopes that the Eagles have a super weekend.
I hope the Eagles poop on Jerry DiPoto.
I hope the Eagles poop on Jerry DiPoto too. Jerry DiPoto, I hate you.
Change your name, dude.
Change your podcast name or turn your microphone off. Jerry DiPoto is a Cleveland Browns fan. Loser. I hate you, Jerry DiPoto. And that's it. Scoot whoop.